Okay, hello everyone. My name is Shania Bowie. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. I stay in Columbus, Georgia now. I've been there for about 11 years now. But I lived here. I've been born and raised here in Baltimore City. I see few people that I already know or whatever, like family really. I want to say all of y'all look beautiful today. I'm gonna walk too because I just like to walk and talk. I like to move around. But I'm just here today to kind of like give you guys some encouragement and kind of give you a testimony of my story and, you know, where I came from, which is here, Baltimore, Maryland. I remember being in a place, even here, where I just felt like that there was more. I felt like that there was more for me than the city that I was from and the city that I was, you know, known all my life. I was about 24, 25 years old, and I made the decision to move to Columbus, Georgia, which is a place my mother moved when she moved us from here when we were 16. I used to go to Emerson High School. Shout out to, you know, Emerson High School. But we were mad. We were like 16-year-old. We were 15, 16. We was mad, you know, because we got taken away from our friends and stuff like that. So I ended up coming back after high school. So coming back after high school, I'm working jobs, trying to find my way, trying to find what it is that I really wanted to do. Now, I wanted to go to hair school because that is something that I did tell my mom I wanted to do. And she was like, oh no, go to college. You should go to college. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. You know, I want to go to hair school. So I'm here in school, Baltimore City Community College, picking up stuff I don't even never want to use or whatever the case may be. Just really trying to find my way, job after job, working 3-4 jobs just to, you know, make ends meet here in the city or whatever. So after being tired and sick and tired of, you know, hustling and bustling, I was like, you know what, I'm going to move to Columbus, Georgia, enrolled in beauty school, got a job, everything when I went there. I had a plan, I did it. But I allowed things to happen along my journey that distracted me from being where I'm at today. You know, God has His grace and mercy on our life, but He kept me and He carried me far to see today and to see you guys today. You know, to be here today. You know, so during my journey in Columbus, Georgia, you know, I met guys, and you know, like Mr. Lee said, we get into these relationships, and like Gina said, and we get into these relationships thinking that these guys are the one or whatever. We all looking at, you know, they got money, they look good, they smell good, the bedroom is good, all this stuff is good, all this fleshful stuff is good, right? So I ended up married, got divorced, ended up in another relationship after relationship. But it wasn't until I got my relationship with Jesus Christ, which changed my life. Amen. So when I got my relationship with Jesus Christ was probably about, I'm going to say 6 years ago. And I always was in church. My mother, like 3, 4, 5 years old, I grew up in the church, but I never had the relationship. I never knew what the relationship was. I never experienced the relationship. So I was in my life going through hell. And I just was like at a breaking point, and I just was like, I'm tired, like I'm experiencing the same things, like it gotta be me, I keep meeting the same men, I keep meeting the same guys, like everything is the same, nothing changed. So I started seeking the Lord more, spending my personal time with Him, going to church more because I really didn't understand what people meant when it was like, you need a relationship with God. I'm like, what you mean? I go to church, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go to church, like Sunday I'm there, you know, okay. You know. So what happened was I entered into more bad relationships after that. So every bad relationship or every bad thing that happened to my life, what it did was just brought me closer to God. So it kept bringing me closer because I'm like, okay, God, and I started looking at myself. I started doing the turn. I started reading for myself. Not what the pastor say, not, you know, just going to church and just listen to what he said. I actually started doing the work. And there's work to have a relationship with Christ. And if you don't have a relationship with Christ, you're going to be out in this world lost. You're not going to have no direction. When you meet a guy or whatever, you're not going to be able to discern The Spirit is constantly speaking to us. The Holy Spirit is inside of us and is constantly speaking to us. It's constantly guiding us. It's constantly telling us no. It's constantly, it's like a caution. It's our helper. It's here to help us. It's here to guide us in this journey on life or whatever. So, long story short or whatever, so I began to seek my relationship with Christ. So since then, my life has been blessed. I have a salon in Columbus, Georgia. I've been in the beauty industry for 10 years, but I've been in business for 5. I just celebrated last Saturday my 5-year business anniversary. I'm a certified hair care educator for a well-known company in Georgia called Basic. I'm also a certified hair loss specialist as well. So, during my journey as a hairstylist, it wasn't easy either. Entering into the entrepreneur world, it wasn't easy. I had to do the work. Anything that you want out of life, you're going to have to do the work. If you're experiencing health issues, you're going to have to do the work. If you're experiencing relationship issues, you're going to have to do the work. Like, you can't just sit and pray. You got to do the work. You're going to pray because that's going to help you, it's going to guide you, it's going to lead you, but you're going to have to do the work. So anyway, so back to my story about, these sons. That's what I call them. I call them sons, okay? So, my very last committed relationship that I was in was brought me to a very, very dark place. A place to where though I did not want to live. I was like, this is over, I don't want to be here or whatever. He was a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? So he had money, he could fly me here, he could fly me there, but he was a liar, he was a cheater, he was deceitful, and things like that. So I had to make a decision. If, I want to be happy or I want to continue to be sad and enjoy. Really still sad, because you can have all that stuff, you could be in the nicest thing, you could be in the nice house, you can have the nicest thing, but if you don't have peace there, then it don't make any, it's not good for you, right? So, I was down to the point, I found out where the girl stayed at, y'all hear those stories where you find out people getting shot up, or somebody's girlfriend got shot up, or the woman stalking this stuff is real. So one day I was searching so hard, I had found a face. She stayed all the way, I'm in Georgia, she stayed all the way in Jacksonville, Florida. And I was this when I knew that I was losing it. Because I found that girl address, and I had to call one of my friends. I said, I got this girl address, and I'm this close to riding down there. I'm this close, 4 hours away, I'm this close to getting in my car, riding down there, popping up. Anything could have happened. I could have got shot, I could have got killed. So it'd be when we in our emotions where we're not supposed to be, it's good to just take a step back and just be wait a minute, and check yourself, or whatever, even if you have to call, a friend and be girl, or whatever, but don't go off of your emotions when you're dealing with stuff like that, especially when it comes to, because we make some crazy, I done bust doors down before, I done got knives, I'm for real, I done got knives pulled out on me before, or whatever, and I'm just kind of throwing things out there that happen to in other relationships and things like that, and now that I'm older now, and I'm 30, I'll be 38 in August, and I be thinking, I'm wow, I done experienced a lot of stuff, and God's grace and His mercy has actually kept me, because I could have been someone dead. I've been in an abusive relationship before. I've dated guys who abused me, multiple relationships with guys that abused me and things like that. But just to be standing here today and telling y'all my story and just sharing a little glimpse of where I came from, because I'm from this city. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. And when I see things, of course I'm in Columbus, Georgia, but I still see the stuff that happened here. And I'm oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? If you want to leave, or if you have the desire don't feel like you have to stay there because this is all you know. There's so much more for you out there. There's a whole world. Wherever it is that you want to go, go. I don't care. I went and didn't have any money. I would get up if I'm led to leave. I don't care. I'd be Lord, I don't know where you're taking me. I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm leaving. Just like with my salon. I started out with a big salon. Now I'm in a salon suite. I didn't know that I'm more happier now in the salon suite when I'm at the big salon. You know what I'm saying? But even that was uncomfortable. Like even that transition was uncomfortable, but I had an opportunity to actually grow. If you're not uncomfortable, if you're comfortable, you want to get uncomfortable because that's where you grow. That's where you're going to learn. That's where you're going to attract the people that is supposed to be for you in your life. And I'm in the best, when I tell you guys, I'm in the best place of my life or whatever. I don't have all the money that I want, but I look like it. And I know it's coming. And I'm attracting it because I believe it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe it, it's not going to happen for you. Right. I believe that I could leave the city and go open up a salon and go to Georgia and things like that. I believe that, and because I believe that, I receive that. You know what I'm saying? I believe that there's a man out there for me that's going to take care of me, that's going to be there for me. I'm not even going to have to ask. It's going to already be done. I believe that. Yeah. So whatever you believe in, I don't care. Hey, no, I didn't know that was you. You know what I'm saying? Middle school, high school, and stuff like that, and now we all grown and we're here and we're in the same room and stuff like that. That's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us just isn't here. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, back to what I was saying. But if you want to leave or whatever it is, even if you don't want to leave, whatever it is, you want to start a business, whatever. Even if it's not, you want to start a business because everybody it's just not their thing or whatever. If it's a career or something in the field that you're in or whatever the case may be. Do it. Go after it. You gotta go to school, you gotta take some classes or whatever the case may be. Go after it, but at the same time, watch your circle. Watch who you're around. If people is bringing you negative energy, if people, the men, the women, whoever it is, I'm quick for loving you from a distance and cutting you off at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have time for the negativity, the negative energy, or anything like that. I'll even have to sometimes check myself too, because sometimes that negative energy, you'll be ready to go off, and I'm like, you know what, it's best to just go ahead and remove myself, because I don't want to be out of character. I don't want to let that person know that they even get into me, so I'll remove myself, or whatever. But there's so much that I could sit up here and say, but the most important thing I want to leave you guys with is that to trust God, take God with you, because if you don't have God with you, you're going to be lost out here. You're not going to be able to make a decision or anything, about anything, your job, your career, your man, your kids, if you got kids or whatever. You need God to help you with every decision that you are making here on earth. Or whatever, and he will do just that. I have dated men, went on dates with men in less than 20. I'd be like, Lord, you need to show me right now. Like, I need to know, because I don't have time to be playing with people. I wasted enough time playing with people's sons. I really have. So, okay, God, I'm about to go on this date, you know, God, show me. You do that. Because people going to be talking, you be like, oh, no, that don't. No, you don't believe? Oh, okay, no, I already know you off the radar. No, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you worship that? Oh, okay, no, okay. You know what I'm saying? And now just talk. People talk. So listen to people. Pay attention. Like we in the, literally living in the last days or whatever. So you guys have to be aware and get your spirit up and spend time with God. Like, spend time with God, because when I tell y'all, me and God, we that's my homeboy. Like, I be like, okay, God, you know what I'm saying? I'm for real. So, just keep a relationship with God. If you don't have a relationship with God, get with someone, Miss Denise, because that's her thing. She help you or whatever. But get a relationship with Jesus Christ. And that's all I have to say, guys. Don't you bring